Okay, thanks for tuning in. This is a video on my project I did that it wasn't in any of the videos I watched before, so I just thought it would be worth a mention. I'm doing a very old bathroom. House was built in 1940 or something like that. Anyway, I'm just trying to replace the wax ring on the toilet because it was leaking, and anyway, the bolts wouldn't come loose because they were old and rusted. The nut was rusted to the bolt. No matter what I did, WD-40, wrenches, all that, limited space to work in, so the hacksaw was kind of a drag. I had to wind up just getting a metal grinder and cutting through the bolts underneath the nut, which worked. There was a lot of sparks, so you will definitely need your safety glasses, but don't freak out from the sparks. It cut through it, not like butter, but it cut through it so I could remove the toilet. I didn't know this, so when I lifted the heavy, awkward, fragile toilet by myself, I kind of dragged it along the floor a little bit to get it out of my way. Yeah, well, the rest of the wax ring was still stuck to the bottom of the toilet, so that made kind of a mess on the floor that I'm going to have to also clean up with my metal spatula and probably some Gooby Gone or something equivalent to that, so avoid that if you can. Also, the base of the toilet had caulking around it that adhered it to the floor, and I have linoleum tiles, very old, so when I yanked that toilet up, the tiles came up with it, kind of like this, if you can see this. Pulled that up, pulled this one up, everything that was around the toilet hole. So that's a bummer. I'm going to exchange all this someday. I just didn't want to be that part of my project today. I'll have to deal with that. Small toilet, so bathroom, so it's not going to be financially crippling. I just didn't want to do it today, and now I have this other mess. I guess I should have just thought of it myself. You take one of these little gadgets and cut the caulking loose from the toilet, and then you won't have that tore up linoleum problem. Just like none of the videos showed me about the bolts, if you can't get them loose, you know, you got to get a grinder if all else fails. So anyway, those are a few of the things that I'm trying to add to your home improvement projects that I had to learn the hard way. And one of the other things is that I mentioned at the bottom of the toilet was the smashed up dead wax ring that was still stuck to the bottom of the toilet, so I had to scrape it all off again with my handy dandy metal spatula, not a big deal, and it wound up kind of coming like this. Don't freak out, that's just old wax ring, okay, really yucky, and it does come off. Just have to use the scraping tool, and now I'm in the process of using the razor cutter to scrape the rest of the caulking off of the rim of my toilet, so it looks a little bit neater, and it's the best I could do with what I've got to work with. And now I'm going to reinstall the wax ring and the toilet seat.